So I had to bring this topic back up. Almost about that time. We have like small groups that are part of our group in other little states or whatever. And so we had, me and the teacher over there had a debate because he was thinking that we supposed to do the Passover at the end of the 14th going into the 15th. So this lesson, I told him I would redo it so we can really understand what the scriptures are saying. It's real serious about the Passover, right? We know that the Most High said he will mark you on your forehead and your left hand, right? He said, I will mark you up on your frontlets, right? And your hand, right? So the frontlets is your forehead. And your hand that he's talking about is the left hand. So we receive a mark by keeping the Passover. And that's why we, as California Hebrews, we try our best, right, to study ourselves to be approved, right? We don't just, we deep in the scriptures, we go in history, and we make it make sense all the way around, right? We don't want to have no loopholes. We don't want to have nothing that, that's looking like it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So we really studying ourselves to be approved. Now, if you are doing the Passover, let's just say, because they basically what they do, right? I'm going to go to this next picture real quick so y'all can see. So they kill the lamb on the 14th day around 1, 2 o'clock in the evening, right? And when they get ready to go, the 14th day is ending, starting the 15th day. Y'all hear me? This starting the 15th day now. They in unleavened bread. They believe that they're doing the Passover and unleavened bread at the same time. On the same day. So they carry the Passover lamb into the 15th day. And then they believe that this is what the Bible was saying, right? So when you do this, you actually miss Passover. You miss it. You only doing unleavened bread. And it's all because of a story that you read and you didn't read it correctly. So what we're going to do is we're going to dissect this story, right? We're going to study together, show ourselves to be approved, and we're going to walk through each verse. And we're going to see what the Bible is saying. Not what I'm saying. Not what this person is saying. Not what that person is saying. But what the Bible is saying. Right? Are y'all ready for that? So I want y'all to write all this stuff down because some people might, ask y'all this question. And y'all going to be able to answer this question with no flaws. Right? Okay, so now this is what people is really messing up on. They don't go to the commandment that the Most High gave them. They want to go to a story instead of going to the commandment. What was the commandment? And so when you go to the commandment, you can't lose. But everybody go to a story of how they was doing Passover, and they be like, they get lost in the story and they start going against the commandment. Right? So let's go to the commandment. We're going to go to Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1. The Most High spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feasts of the Most High, which you shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest, a holy convocation. You shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Most High in all your dwellings. These are the feasts of the Most High, even holy convocations, which you shall proclaim in their seasons.
All right, so he goes in again, letting you know these are the feasts of the Most High, right? Okay, so what is the first feast of the Most High? Read.
Verse 5. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Most High's Passover.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask somebody. Let me see who I can ask. Let's go with Zechariah. So if you was just reading this, when would you start the 14th day? When would Passover be to you? If we were just looking at this, with now going to no other verses, how would you do it?
How would I do that? I would do it, it's the 14th day of the first month at even. So that day starts the day before at even. Right?
Yeah. Soon as the sun go down, it's only, see the thing about it, when people get confused, they trying to put 2 14s on both sides. And you only got one 14 night, and you only got one 15th night. And you can't have a 14th over here and then a 14th over here too. You know what I'm saying? Now we can end the 14th over here going into the 15th, but you can't have 2 14 nights. That's impossible, right? So now, okay, so now we just looked at the commandment that the Most High gave. He said on the 14th day of the first month at evening is the Most High's Passover. You can't get, that's clear as day. Soon as the evening comes and it's the 14th, that's the Most High's Passover. Right? Okay, so now, let's go to 2 Chronicles 35 and 17. So that let me show y'all that it's an actual feast on the Passover. And it's a feast on unleavened bread. So it's 2 holy days back to back, and sometimes the scriptures will join them in together, but the commandment is the 14th day is Passover, the 15th day is unleavened bread. And 14th day is a feast of the Most High. The 15th day is a feast of the Most High, right? So 2 Chronicles 35:17 says what?
2 Chronicles chapter 35 and verse 17 says, and the children of Israel that were present kept the Passover at that time, and the Feast of Unleavened Bread 7 days.
So you see how he said the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So it's 2 different things. You can't join, they connected because they're back to back, but the 14th day is Passover, not the 15th day. The 15th day is unleavened bread. Let's go to Mark 14 and 1. What does it say right there?
The book of Mark, chapter 14, verse 1, says, after 2 days was the feast of the Passover and of unleavened bread.
So he said after 2 days was the feast of the Passover and of unleavened bread. Are y'all saying that? So these are 2 different feasts, right? Let's go deeper. Let's go to John 13 and 1.
Book of John, chapter 13 and verse 1. Now before the feast of the Passover, when Yeshua knew that his hour was come, that he should depart out of this world unto the Father, having loved his own which were in the world, he loved them unto the end.
All right, so we know that Passover is proclaimed as a feast. Even though it don't say feast in the verse, it said right before it, these are the feasts of the Most High, the 14th day and the 15th day. Now, the reason why he iterates on the 15th day, because the 15th day is last 7 days. So he got to tell you how this feast is supposed to go. So we're going to do it in the beginning, and we're going to do it at the end. So, but he already told you that these are the feasts of the Most High. So the 14th day was considered a feast too, right? Okay, so let's go to 23 and 4, Leviticus.
Book of Leviticus, chapter
23 and 4.
Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 4. These are the feasts of the Most High, even holy convocations, which you shall proclaim in their seasons. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Most High's Passover.
Okay, so verse 4 says, what? These are the feasts of Ahiah, even holy convocations, which you shall proclaim in their seasons. In the 14th day of the first month at evening, that's the Most High's Passover. Right? Are y'all hearing me? And in the, what is it on 6? I was about to start reading.
And on the 15th day of the same month is the Feast of Unleavened Bread unto the Most High. 7 days you must eat unleavened bread.
All right, so the 7 days, is it connected to the 14th day or the 15th day? According to this, if we're just looking at the commandments, it's connected to the 15th day. It's not connected to the Passover. Right? And so now he's about to explain how he wants you to do this 7-day memorial of unleavened bread. And now what he say? What he say after that?
Verse 7. In the first day you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work therein.
So the first day we can't work and we gotta eat a feast, right? What he say after that?
But you shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High 7 days. And the 7th day is a holy convocation.
And then the last day is a what? Another holy convocation where we eat on the last day. Read.
And you shall do no servile work therein.
So we can't work on that day and we can't work on that day. So he had to iterate that because he had to let you know how he wanted you to do it. This is the commandment of the Most High. So we took, see the thing about it, if we finna go to Exodus chapter 12 and we about to read it scripture for scripture, right? And all of a sudden you go to Exodus 12 and act like this don't even matter no more. But you a Hebrew Israelite and you keep the commandments of the Most High? But Leviticus, a commandment straight from the Most High, don't matter no more. You gonna read a story, get lost in the story and say, nah, man, them commandments over there are wrong. We supposed to do it like this. Right? So let's go deeper. Okay, so let's go to Exodus chapter 12, verse 1.
Exodus chapter 12, verse 1. And the Most High spoke unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak you unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. You shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. And you shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening.
All right, so this is where the confusion comes in, right here. So I want y'all to mark this verse, right? Because it's number 6. Verse 6 is where the confusion comes in, because remember they were supposed to get the lamb on the 10th day, and then they were supposed to hold it until the 14th day, right? So now if I'm telling you to grab something for me, right? And then I say, when the Sabbath comes, I want you to do something different, right? For some reason, in their mind, they're seeing this as we're supposed to keep it to the end and then do something different. When he said, when it gets to the 14th day, you about to kill it on that day, right? This is what it's saying. So we're gonna prove it Because we got to do precept upon precept to get an understanding, right? All right, so that's where the big confusion is. So Deuteronomy 16:1 says what?
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 16, verse 1. Observe the month of Abib, and keep the Passover unto the Most High your power. For in the month of Abib, the Most High your God brought you forth out of the land of Egypt by night.
Okay, so I wasn't going to bring this up in the beginning, but I'm going to bring it up. Okay, so now, first of all, y'all just heard him say that he brought the children of Israel out by night. Right? If he brought you out by night, because we're going to find out what night, what day did he say that he brought you out. So it's no way that we can be having a Passover, eating the lamb, midnight come, morning come, and then another night come, and you still in the 15th day. When you started your Passover on the 15th day. It's impossible, right? But let's keep reading. We're going to get deep into that in a minute.
Verse 2. You shall therefore sacrifice the Passover unto the Most High your power of the flock and the herd in the place which the Most High shall choose to place his name there. You shall eat no leavened bread with it. 7 days shall you eat unleavened bread therewith, even the bread of affliction. For you came forth out of the land of Egypt in haste, that you may remember the day when you came forth out of the land of Egypt all the days of your life. And there shall be no leavened bread seen with you in all your coast 7 days. Neither shall there anything of the flesh, which you sacrifice the first day at even, remain all night until the morning.
So you sacrifice it when? The first day at evening, right? All night until the morning. That's very important. Keep going.
You may not sacrifice the Passover within any of your gates, which the Most High your power gives you. But at the place which the Most High your power shall choose to place his name in, there you shall sacrifice the Passover at even.
You shall sacrifice the Passover when?
At evening.
And what is after that?
At the going down of the sun.
At the when?
The going down of the sun.
So when we sacrifice the Passover, we're supposed to do it at the evening of the 14th. And it's supposed to be at the what? The going down of the sun. And what is after that?
At the season that you came forth out of Egypt.
All right. So when they sacrifice the Passover, it's supposed to be the evening of the 14th at the going down of the sun. That's scripture. Can't get past that. Remember, it's a slither. Most of the time when we do Passover, it just, sometimes it might not line up with the full moon all the way because of the time be moving so fast. But our Passover be on a full moon, because it takes from the slither to a full moon is 14 days, right? Let's go to Numbers 28:16.
Numbers chapter 28 and verse 16. And in the 14th day of the first month is the Passover of the Most High.
All right, here we go again. So the 14th day, and it's a full day. This ain't like a couple of minutes before, you know what I'm saying? This is a whole full day. Evening to evening is the Most High Passover. And then he say what?
And in the 15th day of this month is the feast. 7 days shall unleavened bread be eaten.
Okay, so here we go. 15th day. The 7 days are connected to the 15th day. It's not connected to the 14th day. Right? So we're going to prove that. Numbers 9:1.
The book of Numbers, chapter 9 and and verse 1. And the Most High spoke unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the first month of the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, let the children of Israel also keep the Passover at his appointed season.
So we keep the Passover in his appointed season. Read.
In the 14th day of this month, at even, you shall keep it in his appointed season.
So on the 14th day of the month at even, you shall keep it in his appointed season. Right? And what else?
According to all the rites of it, and according to all the ceremonies thereof, you shall keep it.
All right, so when are you supposed to do it?
14th day.
The 14th at even. He said, according to all the rites of it, according to all the ceremonies thereof, you shall keep it. None of that supposed to start until the evening of the 14th. Are y'all hearing me? Because that's the Most High's Passover. Read.
Verse 4. And Moses spoke unto the children of Israel that they should keep the Passover. And they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the first month at even in the wilderness of Sinai. According to all that the Most High commanded Moses, so did the children of Israel.
All right, so you know what's funny to me? Because we're reading a couple of different stories, and it's clear as day and line up with the commandments, right? But you're going to go to one chapter and don't do no precepts, and then you want to hold on to that and just be like, nah, we got to do it like this. But now, everything is conflicting with one another because now I can go to this scripture and read something to you. I can go to this scripture and read something to you. Remember, precept upon precept is how we get our understanding, right? All right, so now, back to Exodus chapter 12, verse 7, right? So the killing of the lamb and all the rites of it was supposed to happen on the 14th at evening, right? All right, read.
Exodus chapter 12 and verse 7. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door posts of the houses, wherein they shall eat it.
All right, so this happened on the 14th day, which was Passover. The blood is on our door on the 14th, not the 15th.
Right.
All right, let's keep going.
Verse 8. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it.
All right, so just because he said when you eat unleavened bread, they thinking that unleavened bread is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Hey, y'all real close to the mic, and I really need my people to hear what I'm saying right now, bro, for real. They shall eat the flesh in it that night. Right? So that night of the 14th is when they ate the flesh of the what? The Passover, the lamb, right? Roasted with fire, with unleavened bread.
The pertinence thereof. And you shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. And that which remains of it until the morning, you shall burn with fire.
Verse 10 is cold. Right? Because remember, they saying that all of this happened on the 15th night. Right? This is what they said. Right? And we're about to get so deep because remember, we just read in Deuteronomy 16, he said that the children of Israel left Egypt at night. So if he left Egypt at night, and then you on the 15th day, right? And nighttime come, you eat the lamb, the midnight come, he tell you don't leave until the morning. Uh-oh, that night is gone. So you trying to say that we left on the 16th night? Is this what you said? We left Egypt on the 16th night. We're going to see what the scriptures say. So right now I'm about to get real deep because I don't want nobody escaping this, right? So the word morning is bakar, right? It means dawn, as the break of day, generally morning, day, early morning, morrow. So this is the break of day. This is when the sun is coming up. You can't consider this night no more. So he told you it was a commandment, and that which remaineth until, he said, and you shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remained until the morning you shall burn it with fire. So they already had a commandment to do that until the morning, and in the morning they had to burn the rest of the food that they didn't eat. Right? All right, verse 11.
And thus shall you eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. And you shall eat it in haste. It is the Most High's Passover.
It's the Most High's what?
Passover.
It's the Most High's Passover. Read.
For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am a light.
All right, so this happened on the Passover, not unleavened bread. Are y'all hearing me? This is everything we reading is on the 14th day, not the 15th day. Right? What it say after that?
And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and you shall keep it a feast to the Most High throughout your generations.
So he told you to keep a feast unto the Most High, to remember this day when he saved, when he defeated our enemies in Egypt, because we didn't come out yet. This 14th day is him about destroying our enemies. Are y'all hearing me? When he sent the death angel and destroyed them to where they wanted to let us go. So this don't have nothing to do with us being let go. This is him making them want to say, it's time for you to go. Right? You see what I'm saying? And then he said, you shall keep this as a feast unto the Most High throughout your generations. You shall keep it a feast as an ordinance for how long?
Forever.
So you're supposed to be doing a feast for the Most High on the 14th day. Are y'all hearing me? And if you're not doing it, you're breaking the commandment. You can't loop the Passover and unleavened bread all in one. It's 2 holy days y'all gonna have to do like we be doing. We be having about brick buildings and stuff twice. or we be having to pay, or however we gonna do it. Go get the lamb or what. We gotta do all of that because we know we gotta feast on the 14th and we gotta feast on the 15th. And it ain't no getting out of it. Right? So now, when we get to 15, now he's talking about unleavened bread. He already told you this is the memorial I want you to remember for the 14th day. Now that we're moving into the 15th day, let me explain how I want you to do this. Now read.
Verse 15.
And it's 15.
7 days shall you eat unleavened bread. Even the first day you shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eats leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel.
All right, so on unleavened bread, when it's time for us to eat it, if we eat any leavened bread on that day, the Most High said, I will cut you off from the house of Israel. Cut you off from Israel. What is after that?
And in the first day there shall be a holy convocation. And in the 7th day there shall be a holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. And you shall observe the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
So this is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Read.
For in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall you observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever.
Okay, so now these 3 verses, now when we get to 17, he's telling you what he wants you to remember about unleavened bread. So remember, the 14th day, we were supposed to remember when he destroyed the enemies. But on the 15th day, which is verse 17, you shall observe the Feast of Unleavened Bread for the same self day when I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore, you shall observe this day in generations by an ordinance forever. So he's telling you, you got 2 holy days. Remember this, remember that. That's all he's saying. I don't understand how y'all getting caught up into this and starting whole doctrines, right? But I'm going to show y'all this been going on for a long time. When I started looking into this, man, this was happening a long time ago. Like, they've been having battles with this. But the battle, it wouldn't be a battle if you follow the commandment. If you follow the commandment, the battle is over. You see what I'm saying? And then the commandment gonna line up with the scriptures. All right, verse 18, what is it?
In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even.
All right, so now, even though it's in the first month of the 14th day at evening, he's talking about ending the 14th day, going in to the 15th day, because he's still telling you about unleavened bread. Now, what does it say after that?
You shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at even.
All right, so let's do this. Okay, 14th day, daytime, then the evening comes, it sets, then the sunset begins the 15th day, right? So unleavened bread begins at the start of the 15th day and runs into the 21st day. So this, like if we put it right here and you count, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many days supposed to be there? 7. So he's letting you know, because the reason why he put Passover back in there, because he's letting you know he wants you to start from when this ends, you start now. And so, because you know how some people count theirs, go to the next number and that'll be number 1. He didn't want you to do that. He wanted to make sure you understood that this 15th day must be counted as number 1. That's what he wanted. Right? And when you count 15 as number 1, you're going to get to 21, and then that's going to be your 7 days. Right? Everything clear so far?
Yeah.
Even the 2-year-old understand this, right? Let's go to verse 19. Let's get it.
Verse 19 says, 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eats that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. You shall eat nothing leavened. In all your habitations shall you eat unleavened bread. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, Draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover.
Okay, so now the way this story is going, it gives you instructions and then go right back into the story.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So this is, like, for average, like a person just reading it, I don't want to say average, because I know it's teachers that's doing this, and I don't want to disrespect y'all. But the story goes up and back, up and back, up and back. So he gave the instructions about unleavened bread, now he's going right back to Passover. Right? Now let's find out what he said after that.
Verse 22. And you shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning.
Woo! Woo! He said you can't even go outside until the morning. And we already found out when that morning was. When the daybreak pop up. This ain't the morning before. Like, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. We're going to start packing up. You can't go there because the Bakar means that he was talking about when the sun was rising. They couldn't come outside. That was the commandment. Right? What is after that?
21. For the Most High will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he sees the blood upon the lintel and on the two side posts, the Most High will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come into your houses to smite you. And you shall observe this thing for an ordinance to you and your sons forever.
All right, so Passover, he wants us to understand that he sent the death angel in, right? They smote our enemies, and this is an ordinance that he wants us to observe with our sons for how long? Forever. 12:25, let's get it.
12 and 25 says, And it shall come to pass, when you be come to the land which the Most High will give you, according as he has promised, that you shall keep this service. And it shall come to pass, when your children shall say unto you, What mean you by this service?
So some people are going to say, hey, I don't understand the Passover. Can you break it down for me? Read.
That you shall say, It is the sacrifice of the Most High's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses. And the people bowed the head and worshipped.
All right, now you notice he didn't say we came out. Because the 15th is what we observe when we come out. This is just the smiting of the Egyptians being delivered in our houses and making people bow their head and worship to the Most High. What it say after that?
And the children of Israel went away and did as the Most High had commanded Moses and Aaron. So did they.
All right, now we didn't hear nothing about unleavened bread, did we? This was just Passover. And he told you that on Passover, which was the 14th day, he smit the Egyptians. He saved us from them. He saved us in our houses. And he made people bow down and worship the Most High all on the 14th day. So that proves that the death angel came on the 14th day. This is bad. All right, what verse we at?
29. And it came to pass that at midnight the Most High smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle.
All right, so this all happened in one night. And what night was that, Hebrews? 14th. That was the 14th night because it lines up with the commandment. You think the Most High gonna lie to you? You think he'll tell you to keep the Passover at evening on the 14th day and he don't mean that? He meant that. All right, what does it say after that?
Verse 30. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants and all the Egyptians. And there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night and said, Rise up and get you forth from among my people, both you and the children of Israel, and go, serve the Most High, as you have said. Also take your flocks and your herds as you have said, and be gone, and bless me also.
All right. So he said he wanted you to go and bless me. Don't kill me. I seen how powerful your God is. So I want y'all to get up and go, right? This is after midnight. He called Moses and Aaron, but the children of Israel was commanded to stay in their house until when? Till the morning. They couldn't leave until the morning. When the morning popped, when the sun started rising up, they popped that door open. All right, y'all, we finna start getting ready to go. Hey, go get little Yehuda, go get these people, that people, this. Man, and just imagine millions of Hebrews packing up to leave. This ain't no 10-minute thing. This is about 12 hours. hours it's going to take everybody to get in formation, have all of their stuff, have all their children. They sit up there getting ready. I'm talking about lining them up. Now, this is how we finna march. The women going to be over here. Men, where the women at? That's going to take hours to get millions of Hebrew Israelites together. This ain't no 10-second thing. You see what I'm saying? All right, so now watch. It's about to get deep. We at 33 now.
Verse 33. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people that they might send them out of the land in haste. For they said, we be all dead men. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses. And they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment.
All right, so now they're getting jewels, gold, raiment. All of this is happening in the morning after they got up. So this takes time. This ain't like 1 hour and they was out of there. 2 hours they was out of there. This was all day. Watch this.
Verse 36. And the Most High gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required. And they spoiled the Egyptians. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot that were men beside children.
So 600,000 on foot that were men beside children. Right?
Right.
All right, what does it say after that?
And a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, even very much cattle. And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they brought forth out of Egypt. For it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt, and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any food.
All right, so remember, all they had was unleavened bread. They didn't have no quail. they didn't have time to cook no quail. We got to get everybody ready to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So we packing up, getting ready. And it took about 12, I'll say from morning to evening, right? So that's 12 hours. Now that's proven. Let's keep going.
Verse 40. Now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the selfsame day it came to pass, that all the hosts of the Most High went out from the land of Egypt. It is a night to be much observed unto the Most High for bringing them out from the land of Egypt.
So when did they leave? They left at night. So just imagine, they getting everybody ready. They got everybody lined up. The sun going down. And we finna start marching as soon as the sun go down. Poof, poof. And it was very important for us to leave at a certain time. We had to leave when? What day we had to leave? On the 15th day. Now, the way that they doing the Passover, the scripture is supposed to say the 16th day. Because they ate Passover on the 15th day. And then that whole night went away. And now the scriptures are saying they left at nighttime. So if the nighttime that you're talking about don't have to be the 16th. But that don't line up with scriptures at all. Right? So when we saying it was a 14 and then they left on the 15th, lines up perfectly with the commandment of the Most High. Right? What does it say after that?
This is that night of the Most High to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations. And the Most High said unto Moses in Aaron.
Wait, read that one more time.
It is a night to be much observed unto the Most High for bringing them out from the land of Egypt. This is that night of the Most High to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations.
Okay, so now go to Numbers 33, verse 3. What does that say?
Numbers chapter 33 and verse 3 says,
Let's find out what day they left.
Numbers 33 and 3. And they departed from Ramses in the first month, on the 15th day of the first month, on the morrow after the Passover.
On the what?
The morrow after the Passover.
On the what?
The morrow after the Passover.
On the what? The morrow after the Passover. You can't be doing the Passover on the 15th night. Death angel come, kill them, burn out everything in the morning, and still be on the 15th day? That is impossible. Impossible. It's impossible. You have to follow the commandment. And if you watch this video and you understand and still don't do it, that's the Most High, now you in trouble because you know now. He ain't winking at your ignorance no more. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you just had no knowledge of it and you just like, well, I'm just trying to do the best I can. I ain't the Most High, so I don't know what he gonna say or how he gonna do it, but he say that if you don't understand, he will wink at your ignorance, right? Okay, so they departed from Ramses in the first month on the 15th day of the first month. So as soon as the sun went down, they started marching on the 15th day, and we supposed to remember that the night that much observed when we came out of the land of Egypt. Are y'all hearing me? Right? And on the morrow, after the Passover, the children of Israel went out with a high hand in the sight of all the Egyptians. Deuteronomy 16 and 1, what it say?
Deuteronomy chapter 16 and verse 1. Deuteronomy chapter 16 and verse 1 says, Observe the month of Abib, and keep the Passover unto the Most High your power. For in the month of Abib, the Most High your God brought you forth out of the land of Egypt by night.
He brought the children of Israel out when?
By night.
When? By night. By night. Come on, man.
This over.
He said he brought you out at the nighttime, and you can't have the Passover meal on the 15th night and then leave on the... It's impossible.
Everybody full. People sleeping.
Go down to verse 6.
Verse 6.
You know right after you eat, you go straight to sleep. You know how Hebrews is. We call it diets. You know what I'm saying? You ate a gang of lamb, man, I'm going to start to sleep. You didn't wake up until the morning.
So verse 6. But at the place which the Most High your power shall choose to place his name in, there you shall sacrifice the Passover at even, at the going down of the sun, at the season that you came forth out of Egypt.
All right, so I had to go over that again because you're supposed to sacrifice your lamb on the 14th day at evening at the going down of the sun, right? So now, we got the sunset, 14th begins, Passover observed, blood applied, destroyer passes, morning comes, still 14th. Next sunset is the 15th, begins the 15th. They depart that night, unleavened bread begins. 2 days, 2 appointments, one redemption story. One redemption story. All right, so y'all with me, right? Now we're going to the book of Jubilees. Thank you, Zachariah, because I was having a dip, one of them. Okay, so let's go to Jubilees. 49 and 1. This is the hammer on the nail right here.
Jubilees chapter 49 and verse 1 says, keep the Passover on the 14th between the evenings. Eat it that night. The Most High smote the Egyptians at midnight. That night began the joy and deliverance.
No, you started right there.
No, you didn't start at the top.
I went backwards.
I'm like, what is he?
Okay, so Jubilees 49 and 1 and 2. It states that Israel kept the Passover on the 14th. The Most High smote Egypt in the middle of the night and brought them out afterward.
Hey, Solomon, do you got that actual verse? Because I didn't look it up. I didn't put it in here.
Jubilees chapter 49, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it right here.
All right, read it real quick.
It say, remember the commandment which Ahijah commanded thee concerning the Passover, that thou shouldest celebrate it in its season on the 14th day of the first month, that thou shouldest kill it before it is evening, that they should eat it by night on the evening of the 15th from the time of the setting of the sun. For this night is the beginning of the festival and the beginning of the joy. You were eating the Passover in Egypt, when all the powers of whatever that Mastema had been.
What version is that? All right, but anyway, go down to verse 10 real quick right here.
Verse 10, it says, let the children of Israel come and observe the Passover on the day of the fixed time, on the 14th day of the first month, between the evenings, on the third part of the day of the third part of the night. For 2 portions of the day are given to the light, and the third part to the evening. This is which Ahijah commanded thee, that thou shouldest observe it between evenings.
Between evenings, right? Keep the Passover on the 14th between the evenings. Eat it that night. So that night, they were supposed to eat the Passover, right? Now, the reason why, I'm going to tell y'all, because the Jewish people been pushing this doctrine so hard to go against the commandments, right? The Lord smote the Egyptians at midnight. Now watch this. So now we're going to go in history, right? So we got all of the stuff that we wanted, right? And here is the kicker. Remember, it was so now we're going to find out what people back in time was doing it the way that people was doing it over there and how we do it over here. And we're going to find out what's going on. Let's read it.
Historical development of Passover timing debates. This was the Second Temple period. During the Second Temple era, multiple Jewish groups operated with differing calendar interpretations and festival calculations. Disagreement over Passover timing was already present before Christianity emerged. The Sadducees, the time frame was the 2nd century BC, 7 to 70 AD. The location was the Jerusalem temple. The authority base was the temple priesthood. They controlled sacrificial system in Jerusalem. Likely followed a sunset-based lunar calendar. They slaughtered Passover lambs in the late afternoon of the 14th of Nisan. The Passover meal was eaten after sunset at the beginning of the 15th.
Y'all see that? But there's a mess right there, man. When these people came in, because they don't know how to read our book the correct way, they started this false doctrine and they started pushing it all over the place. And even to this day, our people is confused about how to do Passover because they started it, right? Which makes no sense. How we gonna eat the Passover on the 15th and then leave on the 15th at the same time? It is impossible. So that was the Jewish sects that was in 500 BC. Now watch this. What did the Pharisees do?
So the Pharisees, the time frame is the 2nd century BC to 70 AD. The authority base is the teachers of the law, later rabbinic Judaism, also placed the sacrifice late on the 14th. The meal was eaten after sunset, beginning the 15th. After 70 AD, Pharisaic interpretation became dominant rabbinic Judaism, established standardized Jewish calendar practices. So that comes from the Mishnah and the Talmud. The Essenes, or the Qumran community, the time frame was the 2nd century BC to the 1st century AD. The primary location was Qumran of the Dead Sea region. The calendar system, 364-day solar calendar, rejected the Jerusalem temple calendar as corrupt. It followed a fixed solar calendar, 52 weeks at 7 days a week. The Passover always fell on a fixed weekday, often Tuesday evening, in reconstructions. Evidence suggests they slaughtered and ate the lamb on the 14th night.
That's the Essenes.
Strong separation between the 14th.
Okay, yeah, so let's bring that out. So the Essenes, or Essenes, however you want to pronounce it, they was doing it like we did it, but their calendar was a little off. Okay, they was kind of doing equinox.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all of this stuff that we going through right now, that's why I'm reading all this stuff. All of the stuff, the issues that we had them way back in the day too. We had them way, people was doing the equinox doctrine. They was thinking we supposed to eat the Passover dinner on the 15th. They was confused about the moon, when you supposed to do the Shabbat, everything. And like all of these different things, all of this stuff was happening all the way back in the day, and and it all started because converts came into our stuff and still started trying to change everything, and then that's when the confusion came. And so now we following the converts, not knowing it. You know what I'm saying? We following their traditions instead of what the Most High commanded us to do. And so we running out of time. And so it goes on and on and on with different sets of people doing the Passover, and a lot of them was following the Jewish people, doing it, eating it on the 15th day.
Right.
And so now we reestablishing it. We coming back to our rightful place. We keeping the commandments the way the Most High told us to, and we finna get the Passover correct so we can be saved. You know what I'm saying? Remember, the Jewish people ain't trying to do it right anyway because they trying to lead us wrong. They don't want the real Hebrews keeping the Passover the way the Most High said do it. So now we gonna keep this Passover the way that the Most High commanded us to do it. We gonna have 2 holy days in the first month, the first year in that first month. It's going to be Passover and unleavened bread together, back to back. And we're going to show our love to the Most High because the commandments told us to. And if you love the Most High, you're going to keep his commandments and prove your love to him, right? So all this other yin yang, because you know it's impossible for them to eat the lamb, death angel comes, stay in the morning, and then still leave on the 15th day. It's impossible. It is impossible. So Hebrews, let's wake up. I'm going to do a couple of more lessons about Passover before we get here. So the people that's listening and have ears to hear and eyes to see, you know what I'm saying? If you care about the Most High and your salvation, You will study yourself to be approved. We just went through this whole thing and we studied together and everything made sense that we was talking about. But do you see how many holes they had in theirs? Man, they had some serious holes, bro. Serious holes. That one ain't got no water in it. All the water just sipped out. There was too many holes. We was solid. You know what I'm saying? So keep the Passover in its correct ordinance on a time appointed on the 14th day at evening. All praise to the Most High. So we're going to end it right there, y'all. Love y'all. Before we go, any questions anybody have? Any questions?
I was seeing at one time they was telling us to keep your shoes on and get your staff, during the course of that night, because I guess they knew we was going to leave the next morning.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't want you to get dressed. That would have took another 3, 4, 5 hours. All the Hebrews that got their pajamas on already be ready to go, because we got to get everybody together. We got to get this silver. We got to get this gold. We got to get our garments. We got to get our children in order. We got to get this dough so we can take this dough and make this unleavened bread. And we got to get ready to leave. But remember, it was thousands of people, y'all. 600,000 people. Oh, yeah, that was just men. Thanks for clarifying that. So it might have been millions, bro. I'm pretty sure it was.
That gave them time enough to get a big jump on the Egyptians before they had to bury them.
And look, they probably was waiting until the sun went down too, because they got to march out of there on the 15th night. They were just like, all right, sun about to go down, y'all ready? Everybody ready? Let me get a Kwam Yashala real quick. And they started marching. Boom, 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 boom. And all the Egyptians was like, dang, they God saved them out of Egypt, the most powerful place on the earth at that time. Come on, man. That's, I don't see how people going, if you don't see this, what we just went through right now, that's crazy. Did anybody think that we was wrong? Everybody, just raise your hand, say something. Who all think we was right? Yeah, say something though so the camera can hear y'all. Let me get a Kwam Yashala if you keep the Passover at the evening of the 14th. That's what I'm talking about. All praise to the Most High, man. And the only reason why I do this is because I love my people so much and I want us to do the right thing for the Most High, y'all. This ain't to despite nobody. This ain't down to nobody, make nobody look bad. This is just sound doctrine that the Most High want us to do, and he's counting on us to do this. Because when we do this, this is what's going to make the Messiah come and save us. But if you sit up here following Jewish people, acting like they got all the answers, they don't have all the answers, Craig. They do not have all the answers, right? We got the answers because the Most High is raining down his doctrine on his people, y'all. Are y'all hearing me? Let's stop following tradition and start following the word. If you follow tradition, you might as well go back to Christianity.
Why do you violate my laws for your tradition?
Man, come on, man. Come on. You missing Passover. You missed it.
If he comes on Passover, you definitely miss it.
You missed it. You sit there got a Passover lamb on the 15th night. Most High looking down like, what is they doing?
They can't read.
like some big rollers.
That falls on the people teaching them, bro.
Yeah. See these teachings, see the thing about it, when the Hebrews broke up, a lot of Hebrews broke up in the 60s, 70s, and the 50s and all that, they gravitated to whatever the Jewish people were saying. You know what I'm saying? They didn't study the name. They just, oh yeah, it's Yahuwah, Yahweh, 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 YHW. They didn't study nothing, bro. They just jumped on it. And remember, back in those days, it was kind of harder to study at that time. They didn't have the information. It wasn't at their fingertips like it is for us right now. Like, we gonna study, because we gonna make sure we call on the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And so people just, oh yeah, well, they told me his name was this, so I'm just gonna do it. Oh, they told me we're supposed to keep the holy days like this, so I'm just gonna do it. We gotta study ourselves to be approved. We have to. All right, so any other questions before we tap out? All right, Hebrews, we love y'all. See y'all next week, most high willing. Y'all keep this Passover, and if anybody don't have a place to do Passover, y'all welcome to do it with us. You know, inbox me, Yanni, or anybody in the California Hebrews. If you know somebody in California, just inbox them, say, yeah, man, I might want to go. And then they get it to us, and then we'll contact you, give you the information, and you are welcome to keep the Passover with us. We are open. As long as you trying to be a child of the Most High and do the right thing. We not opening up the Passover for you to come drunk. We don't get drunk over here at California Hebrews, right? That's not what we do. So you don't come to the Passover faded, talking about, yeah, man, I love the Most High. And then just acting a fool on the Passover. We do not allow that. It will not happen. It's not going to happen. And when you come to the Passover, you got to have your fringes on. We don't play that. Even if you knew, have some fringes on. Tell your people, whoever invited you, that you need some fringes, and if they can't get it for you, we will help you get it. But you got to have your fringes on. Women must on modest apparel on, head wraps on. We keep the commandments over here. You can't have no tight skirt on. You can't not have your hair wrapped. And you in Passover. We not doing it.
No pants.
All right. So all praise to the Most High. See y'all next week. All praise to the Most High. Shalom.